Hey everybody, this is James Rowney once again for a brand new vlog from home and beyond. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified when I upload a brand new vlog or video. You can also follow me on Instagram at James George Rowney. Now before I begin, I would just like to say a huge apology to everyone for not vlogging in the past few months. And why is that exactly? Well, that's because not only have I been focusing more on my life, but I also managed to land myself in a new job here at Alton Towers. And right now I'm having myself a park day and meeting up with my friends down there. So I'll see you down by the entrance. Now the reason I decided not to take the monorail today was because I thought I'd go by foot. Healthy body, healthy mind. Somewhere up ahead, this is the classic Alton Towers attraction, the corkscrew. This has actually been at Alton Towers since it first opened back in 1980 and sadly closed in 2008 to make way for the new 13 attraction in the Dark Forest, which I'm going to be checking out a little later on. Now this, I've got to say, it's got to be the longest queue that I've seen for opening. Right, so we just managed to get through the gate and go through security, and now I'm just about to have a fun day in the parks with my mates right here. Hey!
So when you see people running,
Yeah,
it's called the running of the bulls.
so that's what they call it.
In America.
Oh, okay. Well, that certainly sounds interesting. Just looking out there, it's kind of pretty much very similar to what I get when I worked at Disneyland. Oh yes, I also forgot to mention that this would also be my first ever James's Vlog Home and Beyond to be in Ultra HD. Now I'm just going to give you a small hint to where we'll be going for our first ride of the day. The Wicker Man. Behold, secret weapon number 8, the Wicker Man. Has an approximate waiting time of 20 minutes. This is supposed to be Alton Towers' first ever wooden style roller coaster. Now my friends tell me that there's a secret alphabet on this ride, so why don't you fill me in on this one, Jack?
Okay, so back there it said fire. Careful of the steps. On the other side of this structure,
Yeah.
it says feed the flames.
Oh yes.
Chris is quite good at knowing what it says.
horror films back in the 50s. If I can see that, you can see a bit more of a coaster right behind this fence here. Should might find some more symbols along the way.
Modern food does not please the Wicker Man.
And I can see why as well. Now, only just now, Jack, you had a wasp on your leg, didn't you?
For about half a minute.
Oh no.
I think that's the calmest I've ever been with a wasp that close. One landed on my nose the other day.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I named it.
Oh, well. Did you name it?
James Bourne.
What?
James Bourne? Jason Bourne and James Bond mixed together. Have you seen the flames that come from its shoulders?
Oh, yes.
You'll see it in a moment, but every time it goes through the structure.
Some seriously sick effects there. So if we look down there, that pretty much represents a pig farm in a certain way. Don't know why that is, but it certainly looks like it.
It looks like a little farm.
Yeah, it does. Oh, what's that then?
A giant rainbow.
Yeah. There's a lot of Wicker Man merchandise here. Real ride wood.
Real?
Yeah, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Real ride wood. Mind you, at some point someone might say real wide wood. Wow, the Wicker Man figure by Emma Stothard, is it?
Stothard.
Yeah.
Stothard.
Yeah, I'm always very bad with names. But look at the price tag on that. $3,000. Now that is a real baby right there. Now this is a new segment coming to my theme park vlogs, which is called the James's Vlogs Home and Beyond Personal Review. James's Vlogs Home and Beyond Personal Review. Now I didn't notice this, but I noticed there was a camera there. So I suppose you could say that is vlog within a vlog, as Shakespeare would say. Or is it play within a play? Now, the Wicker Man, what can I say? At the very beginning, they are really serious when it comes to no spoilers, but they did have themselves a really good backstory to it at the very beginning before we even got on the ride. And the overall ride experience, just amazing. So now we're just going to find out where we're going to be heading off to next.
Just having a look.
It's going well.
All the pressure, James!
All for the sake of the vlog. So let's see where we're heading off to.
I'd say Nemesis. Let's do Nemesis.
Yeah, there's only about 10 minutes walking.
Yeah.
And only a 0-minute queue.
Let's shortcut it.
Right then, let's cut it! Yeah, I think there's also a little something along the way.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I think there's supposed to be some kind of demon that pops out at you.
Who knows? We'll find out. That's just Jack.
Yeah. Well, of course, you did see... oh, forgot to zoom out there. Not on my nose. Well, as I'm sure you might have seen in one of my previous vlogs, I filmed my reaction entering the demon's tomb. So I'm going to see if I can get a shot from the inside. Bernard Crumble, I'm not even going to say it, 1742 to 1799.
Who hated the fact
And Edwin Mutterson, 1737 till 1799. Oh, strange coincidence.
I'll tell you what, let's do it the other way. Okay, you start off with first. Yeah, for sure. Okay. An old skeleton showed his faint heart in the class for a young students of art.
As they sketched the late Jones, a belch rattled his bones.
For he had the guts left to fart.
I know how he feels.
So, there it is right in front of you, the Demon's Tomb. Just about to do the recreation of that from my previous vlog, but only from another angle. So, mirror, mirror on the wall, can you hear the maiden's call? Careful not to look too closely, for fear of seeing something ghostly. Not much has changed since the last time I came. Oh, good job I didn't swear that time. Whew. Otherwise I had to bleed that out. Jack and the Danger of the Wasp, Part 2. Well, at least we're on the right track. Nemesis just happens to be on the right. Kind of takes you back to the original Duel ride, doesn't it? Do you know what this reminds me of? The head from Art Attack. Always used to give me nightmares, that thing. And over there, as I may have said before, that reminds me of the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. I mean, can you imagine if we blinked and one of those statues moved towards us? Yeah, just like that, Chris. Just like that. Or at least what Tommy Cooper would say, just like that.
Oh. Tommy Cooper.
Yeah.
Ah, you okay?
How are you? I wonder where Chris is off to.
He's going to the toilet with me.
It's not very often you find a toilet in a temple. You might as well call it the Toilet Temple.
The Templu.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way of putting it. In fact, whilst we're here, let's have a look at the view of the gardens from a very high point. Yeah. Kind of reminds you that it takes you back to the Earl's heydays, doesn't it?
Swiss Cottage it's called, that one is.
Oh, Swiss Cottage.
Swiss Cottage this one is. There's many houses you'll find in the garden, but that's just one of the many few.
Oh.
They used to live in with gardeners and such.
Oh.
There's a lot of arcade machines in there, but they're not plugged in.
Ah. Suppose that's... I'll just turn the screen round. Suppose that's what you might call an abandoned arcade.
The arcade archive.
Yeah.
Prospect Tower. Prospect Tower.
Heritage and conservation. Fail.
That's cool.
Ah.
I don't know what this is for though.
I think that's probably just for the
Do you get a
receipts.
ticket or something?
Yeah, you get a ticket out so you can get another bottle of
Oh, okay.
Ah, and I suppose that's probably for the recycling. Ah, so drink, crush, recycle, enjoy.
See,
And then,
that's cool.
and then how much is it?
Scan it in, maybe. I don't know.
Test out later or something. I've seen a couple around the park, so
Yeah.
that's good for
That's
environment.
nice to know. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so
You
it
could
is.
just find a bottle on the floor.
You could. And get a free drink.
So here we are at another Alton Towers classic, Nemesis.
And the original sign is just over there.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. And back in the, I think it was probably about 2012, there was a new sequel to the ride called Nemesis Subterra.
It says NST up there.
Let's have a look.
Or Nemesis.
Ah, so that must be the code name. A unit Nemesis Subterra. But at least there's a bit of memorabilia up there. But nowadays the show building for Nemesis Subterra has now been used for mainly scare mazes during the Scarefest period. Oh, another monorail there. And the best part of being on Nemesis is there's a 0-minute queue! Woohoo! Now this water down below, I don't know whether you can hear me, but it actually used to be dyed red, but and there's a bit more of it just over there. See that? But eventually over time the water suddenly returned back to its normal state because I think it's believed it's causing a bit of pollution. But now the loading station is now terrifyingly closed. Now Nemesis, even though that it's about over 25 years old now, but it'll always be as special in my heart as it be one of the many first Alton Towers rides I've ever ridden on. Well, one of the first extreme roller coasters I've ever ridden on. So, by the looks of it, we're actually going to save it until the end of the day when a cast member said that we're or a staff member in this case would actually say that it goes a little bit more quieter at the end of the day. So we'll just wait till then. The main facade and the tank truck from Nemesis Subterra is also all it remains.
Not open.
Oh, is it not open?
Opens at 11.
I think it does. What time is it now?
Nearly 11.
Nearly 11?
Nearly 11.
Oh, we're just in luck then. Can't wait to see its new overall look.
Are we going on? Yes. Do you mind for a quick thing?
We could go for a cigarette.
Can we go for a cigarette? Yeah.
Is there a noise review yet?
It should be open at 2
I don't really like it.
I've never had it.
Have you not? It's really grainy.
Certainly a lot of choices.
Triple chocolate brownie.
Oh, I wonder where Jack's gone off to.
Fighting those wasps.
Joe, I think we would have to call the Wasp Busters.
Looks like lemon meringue pie.
Lemon.
Yeah, it kind of does, a bit.
You can watch with me.
Chicken. Chicken natural.
Yo, Chris, I mean, did you know just on that podium there, that was where Philip Schofield used to stand when this ride opened?
I have to say,
Yeah.
a really good little scare for everyone. As people are queuing up as they go in through the door,
Yeah.
there's a knocker on the door. It's really loud. As soon as you let someone walk past, you just bang it a couple of times. And they all, all screaming. It's great.
Oh, well, that's something about the haunted house I never knew. And whilst we're waiting, let's do a little photo comparison to about what this building first looked like when it first opened back in 1992, literally 2 weeks before Disneyland Paris, aka Euro Disney, first opened. all the way up until now. So here we go. Boom. Now there's a little app on my phone that I've been playing recently, as soon as it stops blurring, called Granny. Now this is actually kind of getting me warmed up to the many changes that they've done to Duel ever since its TLC, or Towers Loving Care, as it says in full. Now I just heard that it's going to be a late ride opening for Duel, because I might be wrong, but I did hear it's supposed to have the capacity of 999 happy haunts, but only one over capacity. No, I'm only kidding, just a slight Haunted Mansion reference. Sorry, Disney. According to this, for what Jack told me, is about the size of 2 football fields. So here comes the ghostly crew now.
You can go on here. Remember, me and you stayed outside. No, before when I was at Paris.
You did that at the same time as that laugh.
Best timing ever. Oh boy, looks like the Runaway Mine train is proving popular today.
Is it even lit there?
Must be something to do with the Wicker Man being close by. So in the meantime, by the looks of it, we're going to be cooling off at the wettest place in all of Alton Towers, the Congo River Rapids. Now I don't know whether you can see, but these supports down there, it was part of another Alton Towers classic, the log flume. And that was way long before the Wicker Man took its place. And during the log flume's time, it used to be in sponsorship with Imperial Leather, which is sort of like a bubble bath company. And they're also, funny enough, the same company that also was a sponsorship to Bubbleworks when they took over Professor Bubbleworks back in 2006, but the sponsorship ended in 2014 and has now been replaced by the Gruffalo River Ride, so check that out. Well, I don't know if you could see, but I'm actually soaking wet. Hello, little spider. Or is it an ant?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Well, let's just see if the sun could hopefully dry us off. So as we enter this shop, this very much reminds me of the Rainforest Cafe at Disneyland Paris. Very much similar.
That's my house.
Ah yeah, me too.
When dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Ah yeah.
Dinosauria. The new food
dinosaurs
from
ruled
Muckshot
the
Company. Bachelor's Dinosauria. Doesn't actually sound like a food at all, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Dinosauria.
Inflator mammals. Ah, that's probably the inflator animals right there.
Look, you can see where all of the antelope have walked through. I think we're just going to pretend to. That's where the antelope have walked.
You can only street when you need to.
Well, by the sounds of it, it sounds like Duel's open, and yes, it is! Hey! House party! Yeah, music definitely reminds me of the before Christmas here.
Shooting the things like the laser and stuff, because I can't concentrate.
like late 30s.
Oh, someone's really clever.
Emily's the one that died.
I think mine was kind of pretty low, that score.
It's okay, it's taking part that counts.
Yeah.
But you know for next time, aim for the yellows and oranges.
Yeah.
And don't have Jack with you.
Yeah, I did. He was a professional.
Well, yes.
Kind of looks like the Wicker Man is starting to get a little bit bigger. See them spread out to other rides too. And finally, in so many years, there's finally some dual merchandise. Oh, you will?
I love Jewel. Jewel's my favourite.
Me too.
The sight of my head.
That kind of actually pretty much reminds you of the supersized drinks that you get at Mackey's. Well, almost anyway.
Nearly.
Well, not just the Wicker Man, but the dungeons too.
No, do you want a nice mini?
Yes, I
We haven't
actually.
tried
I've never had one before.
It's also apparently.
If you want to
Right then, dungeons it is. What I love most about that dual revamp is a recomposition of the music. It really gives it that Danny Elfman type feel, sort of what you get from The Nightmare Before Christmas, a Tim Burton film. And they've even made some more UV effects, really effective. It kind of reminds you, taking you back to the old days of the haunted house when UV was really big back then. So I definitely really recommend having going on that. I really do. So this is how they make the ice creams. Still strange when you have that music in the background though. Kind of feels like you're in a real laboratory. Look at that! It's a jolly good idea of you to let me film this. Definitely worth vlog worthy. I think that looks like Jack and Chris on the other side. I think it's time to move on to the next phase.
I think it is. You might need your
just pulling you back some.
Oh, you just get it. Can you do that?
So I've never trusted you with ice cream.
No, I think
So don't. I thought you were saying that you've never trusted Jesse with ice cream. That's what
Hang on, what's he doing? Pickpocketing again?
Maybe I got a receipt. Maybe
Well, I've got the evidence now. I've got it all on camera. Run! And it's a good job we queued up early. By the looks of it, the queue is actually starting to build up. Just like in the days of the haunted house back in the early 90s, late 90s. Only 2 years later, they're still waiting for their ice creams. Nah, just slight sarcasm there. It's not really 2 years, just only about 10 minutes. James, get a grip on yourself.
We're frozen in time.
Yep, just like being in the TARDIS, really.
Freezer, ice cream, frozen.
Yep. Oh, it's just like Bernard's watch, you know, and
Oh,
time
Bernard's
stops.
watch. You two watch that. That was it. I wish there was a coffee one.
We got it all on camera.
Talking about Bernard's watch.
I know, that's why I jumped off his skin.
Great time.
Yeah, it's just like when we were talking about Frozen in Time, that's what sprung into mind.
Exactly, it could happen at any...
See up your nose.
minute at all. Audio.
It's almost like Ike's ready now. So there's Chris with his frozen delicacy. What's yours? What's yours called?
Oreo vanilla.
Oreo vanilla.
Very nice.
Very obvious. Let's see what Jack has got. Very chocolatey delicacy. Yes. Well, there's no stopping Jack today. He's also got himself a drink as well. I wonder if it might have something to do with the wasps again. Just queuing up for the sky ride to take us to the back of the towers, not far from the dark forest. Now this is also going to be the first time that I get to see a Dungeons attraction in action, which, believe it or not, this is actually the first ever Dungeons attraction to be built inside a theme park, whilst other Dungeon attractions are just mainly standalone attractions, but this is definitely a first. Now there's another way of making your rooftops more decorative. Put a garden up in the gutters. And only about 7 minutes later, we're still waiting in the queue. It's Jack practicing his photography skills there.
My photo goggles. No, it's still there.
Looks like another one of Chris's friends there. Looks like one of those sky rides that take you off to CBeebies Land. That's where I currently work at.
Turn around.
So there's the Attack of the Wasps Part 5.
I don't want him going down my neck.
I think he's trying to overcome the shock of the wasps.
Do your top button up.
I wonder if the wasps might have been responsible for that.
They all pushed in front.
Oh, no, they're off again. So over there, there's Cloud Cuckoo Land. where it used to be home to Ice Age, Barney the Dinosaur, and the Tweenies. But now it's all just a plain facade, which is quite sad, really. Oh, I wonder what's going on here. Under new management, please bear with us while we unpack some exciting new experiences. I wonder what that could be. But in the meantime, here we are at the first ever Dungeons attraction inside a theme park. Oh, the Alton Towers Dungeon. Now this used to be the home of Toyland Tours, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory the ride, and of course the original Around the World in 80 Days. And speaking of sunlight, I've nearly completely dried off.
I thought that had lots of
Here's the journey. We'll go through.
Ah yes. So first of all you have the judge there that would lead you all the way to the Black River, then Traitor's Welcome, and goes to the Torturer there, goes all the way up to the Highwayman, down to the Plague Doctor. Kind of actually reminds me pretty much like Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd, don't you think? And finally the Haunting. Now you see that signage to the Dark Forest there? There used to be wraiths up there, but now they've gone and got covered in leaves. I'm sure someone will find them one day. Just about to enter one of the darkest attractions in all of Alton Towers. Hex. Inside the towers itself. Now, according to legend, the Towers is actually haunted by the Earl's ghost. Or across the line at least. You could say that again. Spooky. Just an old Alton Towers catchphrase we use. Looks of it, we could actually be inside within the capacity mark. Good to be back out in the light again.
Should we just meet you over here somewhere?
The entrance area.
Is 60 minutes, 55.
Juice plus gas equals pop. Good old Professor Burp. And there's Jacko there, stuffing his face with a large burger.
Now give me some.
Probably wasn't a good idea now, was it?
In the middle of that burger.
Oh, I can definitely imagine what it'd be like if there was a wasp underneath that burger. So right now we're just waiting to ride the coaster that killed Corkscrew 13. Just as well that we're going to be waiting for quite a while. It's probably about 60 minutes. Just enough time for all of our grub to go down.
Down.
Yeah.
Rather than smoke on that
Yeah, I think
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It was on my leg.
The
It was
Attack of the
literally-
Wasps, part 6.
It was literally on my inner.
Is it?
I was like, what's that?
Oh! Literally just there!
Where is it now? Whereabouts?
Just stay still. Let's just see that way.
James is just filming you, so
Not helping.
I can feel something on my
do
leg.
your top button.
Could you check?
Oh,
No, it's
there
there.
it is.
Oh.
I thought it was going to go on Jessie then.
To do your top button up.
If you hold this on,
You just kind of declare.
I'm just so white that it can go into my top. Sting my nipples. Sting my nipples.
How many words does the tagline for 13 have?
13.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you go down to the woods today,
You better not go alone. Yeah, I've seen that on those adverts.
Betty.
Yeah.
At the
Betty
end,
not go alone.
at the end of
Betty
the.
not go alone.
Mind you, it's a shame that that we've actually passed Friday the 13th, because that would have been the perfect day to go.
Saturday the 14th is always worse.
Why?
What were we
Because
all
there's stuff from Friday the 13th that is still to be discovered. Dun, dun, dun. I just made that up.
Dun dun dun! During the waiting in this queue, a lot of people seem to be going out again. I don't know what it is, but either it could be that they could be too scared, or they can't handle the pressure of the queue, or I don't know. Honestly, that wasp is never gonna give up.
I can't, it keeps going on my ear. It's not under my hat, is it?
No, it's not. Pat, let me just check.
Oh,
Nah, you're alright.
Okay, thank goodness.
it is now.
Honestly, that was so vlog-worthy. Danger, high voltage. Do not enter! Just got up to about 11 now. Oh, no, I'm wrong, it's 12. Any second. Right. Now! So that's what all the screaming was about.
Lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice, or does it? Unlucky.
Yes, if you have a Tesla coil.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah. Sorry. Ow.
Remember on that one year, Friday the 13th, when this was renamed 14?
Yes.
Yes.
I think that was
all
only
merchandise
one,
as well. Only one day they did it for.
Yeah.
All the merchandise as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very effective.
And they renamed Rita Camilla.
Oh,
when
Camilla.
Camilla
No, I wonder why that was.
and Charles. I couldn't think of who she was married to. That is so bad. I was going to say Philip.
my god! That what a ride! Why does it always feel so far back at the entrance?
It's a big resort. Yeah, because it is. He said that first.
That's true.
It's one around the corner. Fried chicken.
Gimme.
And it looks like one of the scare mazes are under construction.
Behind that wall. Behind that wall. Behind that wall.
Subspecies?
Ah, I thought that was what it was.
Potentially something of further.
Yes. So right now we're just about to head up onto the record-breaking roller coaster for the most loops is of course the Smiler. As you can see, it was on the site of where the black hole used to be. And of course Oblivion, which is behind those trees, used to be the only roller coaster in the X sector of the park. And that was before the Smiler came You can even freeze those.
We're going to do it down there.
Oh my god, a donut chicken burger meal. Oh my god. Now that is enough to boost anyone's cravings. So here we go. Just about to head off to board my first ever Dungeons attraction. In the very first dungeon to be set up in a theme park, the Alton Towers Dungeon.
I used to go frog up all the time. I didn't know that you were allowed to take it over 1.4. Yeah. Not just the adults and stuff, but oh man, the picture's not there.
Well, I've just finally come out of the dungeon and oh my god, what can I say? There were so many times that that really scared the life out of me. I'm not supposed to swear because it's my special policy on these vlogs, no swearing allowed. But all in all, the whole experience was just fantastic. The whole atmosphere, it was so sinister. Oh, it just had me jumping throughout the whole time. So scary. I definitely recommend the Alton Towers dungeon. Very scary, fantastic. Go for it. So we're just going to head off on the sky ride to do hopefully our last ride of the day, Galactica, as promised. Well, he's just about to try out the recycle machine. He just put one of the bottles in. Let's just see what happens. What's he giving you?
One free drink in Roller Coaster Restaurant. One large pick and mix from Towers Trading. The
Oh,
price of a
bonus.
medium. It's alright.
That is
Good.
And or 50% off in Explorer's Pizza and Pasta Buffet.
Oh, well done.
That's alright.
That is really good.
Well, unfortunately, Blade the Swinging Ship is unfortunately closed today. I wonder why that could be. Well, here we are on our last ride of the day, Galactica, as promised. Although it is about a 60-minute wait, but I can hack it. Story time. She never knew her sweater had a hole. Lot of style. Slight Thomas Saunders reference there.
Apparently,
What lives in there, Chris?
a bear. Not anymore. But there's one of the holes. I think it's called the Bear Cave or Bear Hole.
Or Bear Grylls.
Could be Bear Grylls. So yeah, potentially there could have been a bear that lived here at one point.
Okay. Or Stephen Bear.
Yeah. Rupert Bear. Can't bear it.
That corner of the room, I took photos of the mole.
Yeah.
There's a few minor improvements.
It has been improved, though, hasn't it? Like, on the other side.
Yeah. And it will need to have some furniture.
Yeah. It's got lampshade though, so now all we need is a lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, and the hallway tiles.
Oh,
They're cute.
Looks like everyone else now is going back home and going back to their hotels. And so are we. Well, see you next time, Alton Towers. Well, sadly, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. So I'll see you next time for another vlog from home and beyond. So that's James Rowney signing off for the day. And coming soon, I'll be jetting off back to Paris to visit all of my Disney friends. So look out for that as well. So, until next time, see ya!